You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
What's up, everybody? Let me get centered here. I am so excited today because we have a very big mover, MGNX, down 70%. I think it's down a little bit more, but let me just give you a quick introduction, guys. My name is Jonathan Rose. I get on here every single day, 11 o'clock Eastern time. I've been trading throughout my entire career. And throughout my career, I've definitely noticed that we want to look at things a little bit differently than everybody else. And I'll tell you right from the start, I'm not a biotech expert, but you know what I'm an expert at? Seeing advanced notice, seeing unusual option activity, because we saw a gnarly amount of unusual option activity on a stock, MGNX. This trade was shared in April. I'm going to go over the entire thing, but then 2 days ago, it was the #1 name on our advanced notice unusual option activity system. The stock was trading at 16. Yesterday, they came out with their latest results of their latest biotech test. It involved 181 patients. Sadly, 5 of them didn't make it. The stock's now down 70%, 75%. Let me show you exactly what's going on. This one's a little cuckoo. Here it is, guys, MGNX. This was from May 8th. It was the #1 most unusual name in our advanced notice. This one had a high score of 97. It closed May 8th at 16.05. MGNX, right now it's actually trading $3.90. I took this pre-market. It was trading at $4.50. This stock absolutely annihilated. Why did it get annihilated? Because 5 people out of 181 passed because of this drug test. But we see this time and time again. This is advanced notice. So originally, I'm going to take you back to April 24th. Okay? April 24th, you can go on our YouTube channel, just search Jonathan Rose or Masters in Trading or MGNX Crazy Trade. And this was from that video. And what I was showing you is in the last 6 earnings announcements, MGNX has moved on average of about, 25%. This example over here, ASAND, its last 6 earnings moves, it's moved about 13%. The expected move of ASND was expensive, right? It moves 13%. The options are pricing in 22%. That's not a good trade. We don't want that. This dude over here is pricing in 25% of the movement, but the options are only pricing in 16%. That's why we shared a trade in MGNX going back April 24th. Rodney here. Rodney, I am so happy for you. Rodney just joined our all access, and he's been in the 15 puts for 90 cents and also in the 17.5 call for 95 cents. Okay, let's talk. 15 puts for 90 cents and 17 halves for 95 cents. Okay, that's $1.85, right? $1.85 of risk, or $185. You can never lose more. How do we get out of this trade? Well, MGNX, you can see, is trading way down here. Okay? Now the options, I don't even have the options up here because you don't need the options. What you need to do is right now the stock is at 385. Okay? MGNX is at 385. If you're long one put on the 15 strike, here's what you do. This is the play. You buy 100 shares of MGNX at 385. Okay? Don't touch your options. You have no more risk. You can't lose money. Okay? It's locked in. You have made $11.15 off of your original $1.85 investment. You have no more risk. You are really flat. Don't touch your options. You need your options to take care of that long stock. Okay? If you have any questions on this, please, you can write in. You can ask in our Discord community. So excited for you guys. This is the first of many. And again, I'm not a biotech expert, but Advanced Notice showed us this gnarly, unusual option activity. Somebody obviously knew something. We just had to figure out what the exact trade was. Okay? Awesome. Congrats. Way to go. Moving on. The next topic. masterthan trading.com/summit if you've yet to see the Masters in Trading Summit. A question in our Discord, a really, really good question that I wanted to share. And the question is, we talk about the creative trader wins. And when I talk about being a creative trader, I just want you to look at things a little bit differently than everybody else. Don't just look at oil. What's West Texas oil doing against crude oil? What's oil from the US doing against oil from Europe? Don't look at gold in isolation. What's gold doing relative to silver, relative to copper, relative to platinum? So, love this question. You talk about how the creative trader, in many ways, trade management is more of an art than a science. How does a scientifically oriented person make that adjustment? So, I have noticed that my content does resonate really well with those who do have that more of a objective mindset. Computer programmers, accountants. When we need something real to make a trading decision, I'm very much the same way. Honestly, when I see a triangle pattern, for instance, I don't get confident with that. That's not enough for me to make a trade. I feel like I can find one of those patterns on a different kind of chart if I just go look for it. So what we need to do is we need to learn how to gamma scalp. Okay? When you're long options, you're long theta, time. Your time is slowly going to decay. The way that long option traders make back their theta is they trade around their gamma. So what that means is if a stock is at 10 and if it rallies to 15, you could sell stock. If you own options, you could sell 500 shares if you're long 10 calls. If you're long 10 calls here, you're long, think of it like you're long 1,000 shares. If you sell 500, stock goes back to 8. You could buy back those 500, but you never, ever, ever touch your 10 calls. You just scalped some gamma and made $700. This is a lesson we need to learn, but I promise you, the juice is worth the squeeze. The effort that you put into learning this concept will pay dividends. QQQ, we've been talking about the Qs quite a bit. We've been talking about our line in the sand. Qs are above our line in the sand. I feel like they're going to break out to the upside. They tried to this morning. We did take out yesterday's high and the high before, traded up to 444. Last trade 441. Anything above this line in the sand, guys, though, I remain bullish. Also because there's no vol. There's just nothing in the market. One-day volatility. One-day volatility when there's not a lot of market, when there's not a lot of volatility in the market, we are most likely going up. They say volatility is to the downside. Upside is just happiness, not a lot of volatility there. What a trade. It's not going to happen often, but I'm telling you, if you keep following Advanced Notice, I had a talk with one of my editors this morning, and he said, these biotechs, we're seeing it over and over. We see a really big move in the biotechs, and then you go back and look at the option, you see, wow, that's a really big trade right before that release. I always like to think that everybody is human, and there's a lot of unethical people out there. So it's not surprising when we see big, unusual option activity in a name like MGNX or any name that's got a big announcement, because a lot of unethical people out there are willing to put their line because they can make a whole bunch of money in the options market. So I'm going to leave you here. For anyone that's joined our all access, I need you to log in and hang on, because we're going to dive way deeper into these concepts. For everybody else, have an awesome weekend. Congrats to all our MGNX traders, and we'll see you live here Monday, 11 o'clock Eastern Time.
Join us every weekday at live.mastersintrading.com.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan, just making sure we're back on. Should be just fine. Good. All right, so each day we're gonna hop off. Well, I'm gonna stay on really, but we're gonna break, and then we're gonna stay on for our